We were exhausted. We came off a really busy weekend, a fun weekend, at a wedding. We didn't do what we normally do. Just close the doors, turn off the lights, went to bed. Good night, kids. We didn't do our normal, is the front door locked? Did you lock the back door? We didn't do that night. Well, Robert and I fell asleep probably around midnight. For some reason, I woke up. And when I opened my eyes at the foot of my bed, there was a person kind of creeping in my direction at the foot of our bed. I gasped. I couldn't believe that. Is this really happening? Am I dreaming? And when I did that, he stood up and brought his finger to his face, to his mouth, as to say, shh. At that point, I nudged Robert. He was laying in bed next to me.
I woke up with a body in the room, and all I could see was a silhouette.
He was pacing. He started pacing back and forth, still silence. Then he started to speak to us. He asked if anyone else was in the house. My husband answered the question, no, just our children.
His next question was, how much money do you have in your bank account? And he said, don't effing lie to me.
We told him there's about $3,500 in there.
I think the guy thought we had $100,000 in our savings or something, I don't know.
So he gets agitated. His voice changes. He gets angry. He starts shouting. And at that point, the baby wakes up and the baby starts crying. The baby's continuing to cry. He's not stopping. You know, he woke up. I'm sure he could feel the tension in the room. He was screaming. Robert asked, can I grab my son?
He allowed me to do that while he held the gun to my head. I got out of bed. The gun was pushed up against the side of my head. I grabbed Cade out of his crib, handed Cade to my wife, and got back into bed.
He then proceeds to tell us the game plan. Those were his words. This is the game plan. We're gonna wait till morning, and then we're going to your bank to withdraw your money. At that point, I'm thinking, wait till morning? It's like 3 a.m. I'm not gonna wait here till the morning with this psychopath in my bedroom.
I had always told her, I'd always said, listen, whatever happens, if we ever come to a point where we're in a situation where our lives are in jeopardy, I told her, I'm gonna risk my life. I want you to run. I want you to go for help. I want you to get to a safe place. Don't look back. Once the baby was in her hands, she tapped me on the leg and I felt this rush like, she's on board. She knows what I'm gonna do right now. I got my leg down where one leg's laying in the bed, one leg's planted on the carpet so I could get momentum up enough to rush him. He went to the window. I flew up as fast as I could with every bit of momentum I had, and I struck him in the face. I punched him, he went down. It gave me enough time to grab the gun.
I jumped out of the bed, grabbed my son, and I ran out of our bedroom and out the front door. I screamed like I've never screamed before. I was screaming, somebody help me.
I knew when I started going at it with him that he was on something. He wasn't normal, because you don't take a punch in your face and just, it doesn't even affect you. I mean, getting caught off guard like that, I don't care who you are, that's not normal. And his strength of pushing me around It was amazing. He threw me in the wall. We knocked the dresser over. I mean, he was very strong at that point. I twisted really hard, really quick, and I got control of the gun. And I swung it like a baseball bat. I swung it as hard as I could and hit him across the head. I saw him fall. I dropped the gun and I ran because I wanted help. I wanted 911. I wanted the police. I couldn't take this guy. There was nothing I could do to take this guy out. I ran out of the house like a basket case. I ran next door and I pounded on the door. They came and answered the door. I said, call 911. I have an intruder in my house. Call 911. And it dawned on me right there. It like hit me. My kids are still in the house. And I saw the intruder coming out of the laundry room door through my garage windows. And I could see down the street, I could see a neighbor yelling, what's going on? And it was Dale. I said, Dale, get down here, bring guns. I've got an intruder in my house. You go through the house and we'll corner him in the garage. And that's what we did. My other neighbor came running down. Mike, I said, Mike, go in the house and get my kids. Mike got them out of the house. Dale and I are holding the guy at gunpoint. The guy pulls out a knife and he puts it to his throat and wants to kill himself. And I was telling him, do it. And I remember my exact words. I said, kill yourself. I said, I've got a pressure washer, I'll clean it up. And that's really, we waited till the police came. And then I went looking for Anna.
It felt like forever waiting. My neighbor kept the baby, and I ran out of the house trying to find Robert. I wanted to make sure he was okay. And I did see him. Sorry, at the end of the street. Robert's words to me were, we're okay. We got him. The police got him. And I asked, where are the kids? And he said, they're safe. They're at the Hatcher's house. And we just hugged and held each other.
That was like the best thing in the world. That was better than getting married. That was better than everything. Knowing that, just giving her that hug, just, we were back together. That was like we made it through this thing. People always have the mindset that they need someone else to help them. And that's not my mindset. That's not my wife's mindset.
It's your life. If you want it, you gotta do something. When he said, we're waiting till morning, I was like, no way. I got angry. I was like, no way, we're not waiting till morning. You're not gonna come into my house and say that. And I was confident in thinking that because I knew who was in bed right next to me, my husband. He wasn't gonna let that happen.